Shalom, shalom. Hoping you're well. Today we're going to talk about something I learned this week. I learned about the office of a watchman. I grew up in the church circles hearing people being called or referring to themselves as a watchman. They would use terminology like I'm going to take up my position on the wall. And I always simply thought of this person as a senior intercessor or somebody who we will coin a prayer warrior, somebody who seriously loves to pray. I was led to do a bit of reading on it, and well, for starters, the function and consequences are vastly different. Let's read together Ezekiel 3, reading from verse 16 to 21. It's subtitled Ezekiel Task as Watchman. At the end of 7 days, the word of the Lord came to me. Son of man, I've made you a watchman for the people of Israel. So hear the word I speak and give them warning. When I say to a wicked person, you will surely die, and you do not warn them or speak out to dissuade them from their evil ways in order to save their lives, that wicked person will die for their sin, and I will hold you accountable for their blood. But if you do not warn the wicked person and they did not turn from their wickedness or from their evil ways, they will die for their sin, but you will save yourself. Again, when a righteous person turns from their righteousness and does evil, and I put a stumbling block before you, they will die. Since you did not warn them, they will die for their sin. The righteous things that person did will not be remembered, and I will hold you accountable for their blood. But if you do warn the righteous person not to sin, and they do not sin, they will surely live because they took warning, and you will have saved yourself. Interesting, right? Let's see what nuggets we can pick from that. Number 1, Ezekiel was called by God. Number 2, his responsibilities covered the wicked and the righteous. Number 3, he was to hear from God, then tell the people exactly what God said, not what he felt or what he thought. Failing to do so meant their blood was on him. He was accountable for their blood. Let's look at some of the key functionalities of the watchman. The watchman was called to protect, to defend, to observe, to warn, to execute written judgment upon principalities and powers, and to carry out the word of the Lord. In the Old Covenant, we had physical execution of these duties. Men literally were positioned on walls, looking out and providing warning to the kings about anything approaching the city gates. However, in this new covenant, we are called to deal with this on a spiritual level. In summary, the watchman is not the same thing as a senior intercessor. Their roles and responsibilities and consequences are completely different. The watchman is always strategically located and is always on assignment. They can deflect their responsibilities, but if they do deflect their responsibilities, there are serious consequences that comes with that. While all believers are called to a life of prayer, not all believers are assigned to be watchmen. Now, has the Holy Spirit been nudging your heart? Do you believe you have been called to be a watchman? Then I will submit to you that you take some time in prayer and truly surrender your heart to the Lord and ask him to reveal to you if this is truly what he is calling for you and asking of you in this season. And then arise and take your rightful place. Until next time, shalom, shalom.